Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and give my review over. And just like that. I'm going to start saying it that way. Anyways, this is the third episode. This is When in Rome. All right, so Carrie is back at work. It has been, I think she said like a few weeks since Big has been laid to rest. She looks like she is engaging with Shay and I forgot the guy's name. But she looks like she has stepped her up, okay? Shay basically asks her how she's holding up. She says she's fine. Because when Big did die, they were on great terms. They were happy. So I guess she's just trying to hold on to the fact that they were in a happy place. And if that's what she needs to do in order to get by, kudos to Carrie. She lets Shay know that she will be coming to the comedy show that Shay is having because they came to her funeral. You see how she called Big's funeral her funeral. She didn't say, no, I'm going to come because you came to Big's funeral. She told Shay, I'm going to come because you came to my funeral, which I guess lets us kind of know, I guess like a part of her died or something like that, I guess you can say. Let me just say something. All right. So, and just like that, wardrobe people, the director, the producer, who's ever over wardrobe, whoever okayed this needs to be cursed out. Like Beyonce, somebody's getting fired. When I can see, why did Miranda have red hair with pretty much white highlights? Did y'all see when Carrie and Miranda went to go over, I guess, the wheel or whatever they were going over, at the office? Miranda pretty much was a redhead. How did Miranda go from being white to red, and then in the very next scene, she was back to white? I know y'all noticed that. It was big. It was like literally right in my face. I was like, girl, I was looking at her walk when she was walking with Carrie. I was like, hold on, why is her hair red? It looked more red than gray. It literally looked like she had red hair with gray highlights. Girl, and then the next scene, she was back to a full head of gray hair. I was so confused. I was like, girl, y'all did a piss poor job at making sure that the transition, at least y'all could have started off the season with her with the red hair, and then she went to fully. I don't know, girl, but even with that being said, that just wasn't a good job. So basically, they're going over the wheel, and Big has left his ex-wife Natasha $1 million. Girl, what would y'all do if y'all was taking care of y'all husband's business after he passed away, and you saw that he left his ex-wife $1 million? Girl, I would carry. I don't give a damn if it was $10. It's a simple fact. Girl, why is you leaving that help for anything? I would carry, baby. Why, Big? Why are you leaving that lady $1 million? No. Why are you leaving that lady anything? Somebody tell me why, because again, I was not a big Sex and the City fan like that. I think I've watched enough episodes to know exactly who is who, what the storylines were, people moving away, people catching counts and all that stuff. I think I knew enough to, hop into this, right? But I'm trying to figure out what would be the purpose of him leaving her anything in his will. Somebody let me know. All right. And I also want to know, girl, if she left, girl, Miss Thing, if Natasha got $1 million, girl, how much Carrie got? Carrie, how much you got? If she got $1 million, baby, then I want to know how many coins Miss Carrie Bradshaw inherited. Yes, come on, yes. Come on, rich white woman. Yes. Anyways, so they go out to lunch. Stanley, there's some tension between Stanley and Charlotte. Stanley has discussed Charlotte in his therapy sessions. It's clear that, they're probably friends. I'm not going to say it's clear, but you can tell that they're not as close as the Three Musketeers, right? I don't think that Charlotte, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that Charlotte considers him to be a part of their group, right? That's Carrie's friend. Anyways, and I only deal with him because that's my sister, right? We all have friend circles like that where, girl, you might not necessarily be cool with the other person like that. You cool with them, but girl, that ain't my Judy, right? Girl, that's my Judy through my good Judy. Yay! Other than that, I don't really fool with her like that. Anyway, so Miranda is drinking up a storm. Girl, so I think that my friend's assessment of this season is actually playing out. He said that Miranda was going to be an alcoholic. He said that Miranda was going to get with Shay. Yeah, he was right. So Charlotte is in bed reading Rose a bedtime story. Okay, ain't nothing wrong with it. Baby, Rose is like she's 25. Girl, y'all still reading? Okay, girl. Well, if that's you and your daughter's bonding time, well, we're gonna get to the daughter part in a little bit. But if that's you and Rose's, bonding time, then I guess it's their bonding time. Cool, whatever. Rose tells Charlotte that she does not feel like a girl because she told Rose to scoot over. She said, "Baby girl, scoot over. I'm about to fall out the bed." And Rose told her that she hates when she calls her that. And Charlotte, of course, thought she was talking about her being called a baby. No, Rose lets her know, no, I'm talking about the girl part. I never felt like a girl. I said, oh, okay, so this is the road we're going down. I thought the little helper was going to be a lesbian. Okay, I thought the little... Girl, okay? I'm thinking the little bitch was going to be a lesbian, baby. Girl, no, ma'am. Miss Mama said, baby, baby. Mama said no. I don't feel like fish. That's exactly what she told Charlotte. But when I say Charlotte fell out that bed... Anyways, Joe, but I will say this much. For the simple fact that her daughter or, son, we don't know what, road this is going down, but I guess we have an idea what road it could go down, right? That Rose told her, was comfortable enough to tell her how she felt. I guess that says a lot about Charlotte and her parenting and her being open-minded. Because how many, truth be told, it's already not easy telling your folk that you may be gay or lesbian. I know it is something completely different to go and tell your people that you may be non-binary, trans, So I know that's a whole nother, ball game. We'll talk more about that later on in the review. Girl, the next scene, Charlotte is at home. Baby, let me tell you something. We talked about this I keep trying to remind myself as I get older that, we were all children once upon a time. So some stuff is just, it is what it is, right? And teenage sex is something that's just gonna happen, right? Because the majority of the people that I know, the majority of the world probably started having sex when they were teenagers, whether they were 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Like most people started having sex that I know in either middle school or high school. But also most people that I know were not just having sex in their parents' house And if they were smashing in their mamas and daddy's houses, baby, girl, they were sneaking and doing it when the mama and daddy was like at work, you know. We're going to leave you here while we go to dinner. We'll be back in a couple of hours. But, oh, girl, my sister calling me. Hold up, y'all. Okay, I'm back. My sister was calling me. All right, so, you know, like I said, girl, teenagers have sex. Everybody I know was having sex when they was in middle school, high school, girl, so it is what it is. But I'm just not down with the whole, you know, smashing. I'm not letting my kids smash. I ain't got no kids, but I know for a fact if I did have some kids, I would not be that open-minded to let my kids just smash in my house and have this little bitch walking around my house with my son's t-shirt on and bra. Like, girl, what is going on? I'm all down for people trying to be open-minded and, you know, this is what people do, that's fine. But girl, I'm not just going to give you a room to go in there and smash. It's just not going to happen. And you're not going to feel that comfortable walking around my house, kissing each other in the kitchen, feeding each other, girl, wearing each other, you know, wearing, like, you know, she walking around like they married. But I can't even blame it on her because, girl, it's Miranda and Steve's fault. That ain't, like I said, girl, the people I know when they was having sex, they was doing it in the woods. They was doing it by the tennis court, by my high school. We had a tennis court, but it was like down a hill. And a lot of people used to have sex by the tennis court, in the woods behind the tennis court, girl, behind the bleachers at the football games, right? Or after the football games was over, people would stay and have sex. Like, girl, you just wasn't, people just wasn't smashing in their mamas and daddy's house while their mama was right next door. And all you hear is the bed banging against the wall. Girl, no ma'am. Girl, no ma'am. Bitch, I would beat my kids' asshole if y'all really thought that y'all was just gonna be fucking in my house like that. Girl, I'm sorry. So anyways, I want to know where her parents at. That's what I put. Where are her parents? And why, like, are her parents just as open-minded? Girl, because I ain't that open-minded. Her parents just as open-minded to be letting her stay the night at her boyfriend's house? Like I want to know more about her parents and what they have to say about this, you know, this arrangement. All right. So Carrie is going through big stuff. You know, she finds a phone number. She calls the phone number. It's her house phone. Rose is working at Anthony's shop. Anthony tells her, girl, you must. So basically, Rose, at her big ass age, ain't walking around here wearing no deodorant. She probably smell like 3 o'clock in the middle of August. Hello? Girl, just musty. Girl, come put some deodorant on. Charlotte tells Anthony about Rose and, you know, the conversation that they had the other night. You know, Anthony is basically just like, girl, I said I was Tinkerbell. Girl, we just wait to see what happens. And, you know, I think that is different. I think that we all could say what we would do if we were in that situation with our kids telling us, well, I'll say this much. I feel like some of us who say that we are open-minded, what we would do and how we would support our kids if our kids came to us saying that they felt that they were in the wrong body. But I do believe, you know, that while I just like the fact that Charlotte is not just dismissing her feelings, right? I like the fact that Charlotte is not just like, girl, no, we're not talking about that. You could tell that she, even though she may be confused, I feel like a lot of us probably would be, she's just not dismissing her daughter's feelings, right? And, you know, even though the conversation between her and Anthony was a conversation of, well, just wait and see, I still don't think that's a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm still going to support you, but let's just see how this plays out, you know. And she knows how she feels, but I can understand why they would probably just want to wait and see. No, you're not a doctor. The best thing to do would probably be take her to a doctor so they can get to the bottom of this. But I think that as long as she makes her daughter feel comfortable, right, I think that that's probably the best thing to do. So if Rose comes back to her in 3 days or 2 weeks or 2 months and says, I still have these feelings, then I guess at that point you could take the necessary steps to see exactly what's going on, right? Anyways, so Carrie goes to see, Carrie tries to get in touch with Natasha. This review is getting too long. Carrie tries to get in touch with Natasha. Miss Thing basically blocked her ass. They go and see her because Carrie wants to know basically why the hell is Big leaving you $1 million, girl? So they go see her, baby. Miss Thing told her, girl, now mind you, they saw Natasha walk in the building. Carrie get out and go to her job. Girl, Natasha's assistant came and told her straight to her face, with a straight face, oh, she's in Rome. And then walked off. Have a nice day. Girl, what I tell you, baby, girls will lie with a straight face. Girl, she's in Rome. Have a nice day. And turned around and punched it. Girl, Carrie was in there looking like she had shit on her face. So, while Carrie was was waiting to see Natasha, Charlotte asks Miranda for a phone charger. She goes through her bag while Miranda goes and buys a muffin. Miranda gave her bag to go through her bag to find the charger. So she just didn't go through her bag. So as Miranda gave her bag, she said, here, go through the bag, look for it. She went and bought a muffin. So as she's looking for the charger, she sees like 3 or 4 Tito's mini bottles, vodka bottles, girl. She kind of, she didn't mention it. And so they start talking. She asks how things are between her and Steve. Miranda lets us know that her and Steve don't even have sex anymore. They haven't had sex for years. And at this point, they're pretty much just like roommates, but it doesn't really even bother either one of them. It's just kind of like it is what it is. Like, girl, we're cool. Like, we have ice cream, we watch TV, and then we go to sleep, right? So anyways, they're basically together probably for Brady. I don't know, child. Brady doing his own. Baby, Brady ain't worried about y'all. So Carrie comes to the coffee shop and tells them what just happened, right? So, girl, they're walking down the street, and Carrie is like, I know her ass is in that. Carrie walking down the street with her homegirls, like, I know that bitch is in that office, girl. So she pointing at the office. Girl, all of a sudden, girl, Natasha comes to the window on the phone, and they lock eyes. Girl, I would have shitted on myself. I said, Natasha probably on the phone talking to her good sister. Yeah, that bitch just came to my office, girl. I told that hoe I was in Rome. Girl, I told that bitch I was in Rome, girl. Girl, get out my office, girl. Girl, now she downstairs looking at each other dead in the face, girl. Anyways, girl, Miranda, Charlotte, and Carrie girl, they start running because at this point they're embarrassed, right? So anyways, the only thing that's pretty much helping Carrie get through the day is her walking. She gets up early in the morning and she just walks. She passes by a coffee shop. She goes into the coffee shop because she needs to use the restroom. But of course, she wanted to purchase something before she used the restroom. She opens up the door and girl, there go Natasha in the restroom, bitch. Natasha asked when y'all saw Natasha. Natasha was doing an infamous woman squat. You know when y'all ass will be touching the seat and y'all just be sitting there. Y'all say y'all ain't got no Meg the Stallion knees, but let y'all go to the public restroom, honey. Them knees become Meg the Stallion like a motherfucker, bitch. Y'all will not touch that seat. Girl, that's what Natasha was doing, baby. Natasha had that skirt pulled up, baby. Baby, she was popping that squat. Girl, she had them knees locked. Girl, Carrie bust open that door. Now, mind you, Carrie did not know that Natasha was in the restroom. It really was an accident. So anyways, of course, Carrie wastes the coffee all over her, and Natasha comes out of the restroom. Natasha is pissed off. They have a conversation. And Tasha basically lets her know that I don't want that money. They can give it to charity. I don't know why he left me that money. So it kind of puts Carrie at ease, knowing that, okay, girl, it wasn't nothing. Girl, would y'all have taken it? God said Natasha must be doing, is Natasha rich? I said, Natasha must be doing good, because, baby, the way my checking account set up, honey, I would have stashed that money so goddamn fast. Girl, yes, I'm taking that money. He left it to me, girl. When is y'all cutting the check? I want my check today. Girl, I did not know. They tax money. They tax, like, if somebody leaves you money in a will. I don't know why I never thought about that. Because they said she might get $450,000 after taxes. Girl, they're going to take more than half. We said they're going to take more than half of the money that somebody left you in a will. Girl, that's a lot, y'all. That is too much. That is too much. But I know, well, one thing I know for sure, I would have. I don't know why he left me the money, but I damn sure want it. Okay, when they get, girl. Matter of fact, I need to call and make sure they got. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come get the check. Don't even mail it to me. Okay. Anyways, so they're at the comedy show. It's cute. Shay, they are talking about representation in, media, which is a very important thing. I feel like sometimes, not to go off on a tangent, I feel like sometimes the only people that feel like they deserve representation is white people and straight black people. I'm gonna leave it alone. Everybody else, girl, we don't need to be represented. All right. She also talks about acceptance from her family. And that's when Charlotte starts to kind of tear up, because she basically lets it be known that she has an amazing family where they still may be confused. They are accepted. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Like, I think that sometimes, because even for me, like, I'm not non-binary. I don't have a problem with gender identity. Like, I have always felt like a man. I've always identified as a man. But I think that sometimes when we start to have these conversations about non-binary, trans, that may not be how you feel, or you may not understand it. I think, even with the lack of understanding that we may have, I think that it just has to come down to, especially with your family and friends, just respect. You may not completely understand it. You may be confused, because bitch, I'm part of the LGBTQ and I'm confused on some things. But that doesn't mean I'm going to get on YouTube and disrespect it just because I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when you're dealing with family who may not understand it, they may be confused. I think at the end of the day, as long as you feel some type of love coming from your family, as long as you feel some type of acceptance, where if I do come around on Christmas or Thanksgiving, I don't feel like, the black sheep, right? I know when I walk into this house that I'm going to be met with love and respect and acceptance. And I know if somebody fuck with me, bitch, y'all pulling out AR-15s and y'all going to war over me. You see what I'm saying? I think that's where Shay was pretty much coming from, where they still, they're probably a little bit confused, but girl, they love me nonetheless, and them bitches don't play about me. And I think sometimes that's really all you can really ask for, right? Anyway, so Charlotte is crying. Miranda starts to kind of get teary-eyed because she starts talking about change in her show. It just was a good time to kind of, even though it's a comedy show, there's always truth in, comedy. And I just think that it was a good chance for them to kind of reflect. At the end of the show, Shay says that, if she had a dick, if they had a dick, they would have had this comedy special 5 years ago. I said, I know that's right. Miranda goes to an after party. Carrie and Charlotte, they go home. Miranda wanted to do something different instead of just going home and eating ice cream with Steve, So she goes to the after party, and her and Shay, they do a, what is it called? We didn't do it that way. Back in college, we used to always do it like this. We would lock hands. And then we would blow it. Girl, back in my college days, honey, I was a full-blown weed head, baby, yes. I used to smoke before work, before class, after work, after class. Yes, baby. Period. But out of all the weed that I done smoked in my life, I still don't know how to roll. Ain't that crazy? Out of all the weed I done smoked, out of all the weed I done bought, I never learned how to roll, which is actually low-key sad. Because, bitch, I done smoked a lot of weed. I just never learned how to roll. The best rollers are the pretty girls. One thing I'm telling y'all, pretty girls are the best rollers. Every pretty girl I know that smoke can roll like a motherfucking professional. It was this one girl, my neighbor, when me and my roommate fell out in college, this one girl, my neighbor, she used to roll for me, girl. She was so pretty. It was a black girl. Anyway, and every time she would roll for me, I would just give her a blunt and get shit going about her business. Anyways, so Charlotte tells Carrie about the Tito's bottles. Carrie is basically kind of like, girl, just let it go. Carrie goes to her apartment, and then as she gets out of the car, she tells the the doorman, whatever they call, that she's gonna go for a walk, and she ends up walking home, and then she says, and just like that, I'm at home, or something like that. So I guess she's moving back to her apartment, right? And that was pretty much the end of the episode. All right, y'all, I'm gonna talk to y'all later. This was longer than what I thought it was gonna be. All right, bye.